what's up everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from kicksoncourt.com. Today we're going to be going over the performance on the Jordan CP3.7, which are now available as of today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Traction between these and the CP3.6 is a little bit different, a little less aggressive than last year's model, which is definitely visually apparent. However, the rubber compound that they use with these solid outsole versions are almost perfect. They pretty much gave me adequate grip no matter what type of floor I was on. The only time I ever had an issue was on an outdoor surface such as this one. So, you know, inside, whether there was dust present or if it was a perfectly clean floor, the traction on the CP3.7 was actually very, very good. Cushion in the CP3.7 I think is awesome. I like this a lot better than last year's model. The Podulite definitely needs some break-in time. However, once that happens, you're going to definitely feel the responsiveness from each individual pod, especially the Met Zoom bag that sits right below the ball of the foot. That's probably like the most comfortable piece on here. At least in my personal opinion. I'm glad that it's a pretty decent sized zoom unit. So as far as the heel goes, there's no heel cushion again. However, the foam that they did use is fairly dense. It's lightweight, but it is dense, so you're not going to sink in and like crash your heel into the floor the way that you would have with the CP3.6 or the CP3.6 AE. As you guys already might know, the materials are probably one of my favorite attributes on this particular shoe. They went back and used leather. They not only used leather on this particular colorway, but they also used a rubber coated leather on the upper, which is the black sections. It's extremely durable. It breaks in really, really nicely, and it fits perfect once you break it in. So personally, this is like heaven for a shoe for me. I just think that this is awesome. There are going to be other colorways that feature synthetic uppers. This is just something that I personally prefer. So if I were to buy a second pair of CP3s, it would definitely be one that has the leather upper option versus the synthetic upper option. As far as the fit is concerned, they fit true to size. Lockdown is perfect. I had absolutely no issues with this particular model. The CP3.6 AE gave me better fit and lockdown and security than the original 6. This one here, I didn't have a problem. I don't know if it's the way that the lacing structure is set up. I don't know if it's the collar height, like it's a little bit higher. It's not quite a low. It's not quite a mid either. It's kind of like a weird in between. But you know, for whatever reason, the lockdown and fit is perfect. So really have nothing to complain about whatsoever. You get security and lockdown without sacrificing range of motion whatsoever. As far as ventilation goes, this is definitely a decently ventilated shoe. You have plenty of perforations on the medial and lateral side panels. There is an internal boot, or maybe not a boot, but an internal sleeve, just like last year's, and it's pretty thick, just like last year's. So that's the one part where you're not going to get a lot of airflow through that. It's a little bit restrictive, but you are allowing a lot of heat to escape through those side panels, basically because they're vents. So, but yeah, it's not anything crazy. It's pretty much on par with last year's, in my personal opinion. As far as support is concerned, you have a TPU shank, just like most of the other CP3s. I believe it was on the past at least 2 or 3 models, and it's on this one too. Mostly you're getting a lot of that support from the fit though, so this fit, being an upgraded version of last year's model, definitely gives you a lot more support than the 6 and even the 6 AE. Alright guys, that pretty much takes care of it. As far as overall, I feel that the CP3.6 and the AE, traction-wise, is a little bit better than these, but everything else I personally prefer in the 7. Cushion, materials, fit, everything like that. So if you wanted to grab these are I think $124, $125 over at most retailers right now. You can get them for below retail at certain retailers like citysoul.com. So hopefully everybody that wanted to try them out is able to get a pair. And thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all your support. If you want more information, you can always go to my site, kicksoncourt.com. So until next time, guys, have a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, second thoughts on the beat.
And you know,
Big up to Lace Cadence. Been looking out for this one, man. I love hip-hop music. I just hate the ego. The politics that follow it, getting caught in it can be